Hey friends, it's Emily from burlapkitchen.com, and tonight we're going to make a fun garland for Valentine's Day using a leftover bag I have here from Aldi's. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut some hearts out. You're going to need 10 hearts the same size to actually make 5 hearts. So you're going to need 2 heart cutouts per 1 heart, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to cut them out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue them together. Now I put the back side, the part with the print and all of that, on the inside so it's not visible. So I glued it together and left a little gap at the bottom, and then I just stuffed it with some polyfill, and then I glued it up. I only did one of those, showed you one of those, but I did the same thing to all 5 of them. So after I got all of those stuffed and glued, then I dry painted some red paint, and I'm using chalk paint and a chip brush, and I'm just going to dip it in my paint, and then I like to brush a little bit off and then just dry brush right over top each heart. So now that we have that finished up, sometimes you'll see like little spots will come undone. Just touch it up with a little bit of glue there. So now that we have this part all finished up, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some white. You could skip this part if you like, but I like to see the different colors in it. So I'm just going to do the same thing with the white, just dry brush over each heart. And I'm using a chip brush for that too. So now I'm going to make sure everything's dry. Then I'm going to come in with this textured spray paint, this Rust-Oleum paint. You can get it at Walmart. And I'm going to spray it over each heart. You're going to want to do this outside in a well-ventilated area. And then let it dry. And it's just going to, as you can see, it's just going to make it look real rustic. So then I have this twine. This is a little bit of a thicker twine. And I'm going to tie a knot in each end. I had a little bit of issues here with that first knot, but I'm going to tie a knot here in each end just so I can hang my garland. So once I get that figured out, I'm going to start ripping this coffee sack, or flour sack. This is a coffee dyed flour sack that I got at Walmart, and I just soaked it in coffee for 5-10 minutes, left it dry. So then I cut them each. I didn't even measure. I just did it the size that I wanted, and then I ripped them. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gluing my hearts onto my garland. I sat the flour sacks aside there for a second until I got all these hearts glued on. So I just took the twine and just kind of evenly spaced it out. And I'm going like shorter, longer on my hearts. And then I took a little piece of brown paper bag and glued to the back just for a little bit of an extra hold on my hearts. So I'm going to add these last ones, and I'm just gluing that on and then tying that twine up at the top. And let's get this last one on here, just like that. This garland turned out so cute. I love this. It turned out adorable. So now that we got that one, now I slowed this down quite a bit so you could see what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of folding my ribbon in half and then putting it under and then looping it through and then tying it tight. And that's going to give us this cute little garland. So then I'm just going to work my way. And I sped this video up a lot in a lot of spaces just because there was so much like painting and gluing the hearts together and putting this garland or these flour sacks on. Just little things like that. That was really time consuming, but really easy to do. So again, I'm just cutting up some more of the flour sacks. And I honestly have no clue how many I used. I think 1 pack of 5 should be plenty. I want to say I used 2 full flour sacks for this project. So I'm just working my way down, and I actually wanted them to be a little bit longer, but I didn't think I had enough flour sacks for that. So keep that in mind when you make it too, but I actually love how it turned out. So I did go back here and I added another one on the end, and I'm just going to slow that down real quick so you can see how I'm doing that. I slowed it down at the beginning and then sped it up. But I want you guys to really see how we tied those on. So now I have this ribbon that came from Dollar Tree, and I'm just tying little bows, just real simple, basic bows. I'm going to tie 5 of them. I'm making 1 for the top of each heart. I thought about putting it down on the bottom of the heart, but it just didn't look right to me. And you guys know me, I like plain and simple. So if you wanted to add extra ribbon in between or something on your hearts, you could definitely do that. So I'm just going to hot glue the little bow that we just made at the top of each piece of twine where we tied the hearts on. That looks pretty good. So let's get this one glued on, and that is it, guys. This garland turned out so beautiful. I can't get over how cute it is. I hope you guys loved this one. For more fun ideas just like this, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.